So I'm back home now. That was the highlights from our trip in London this weekend. It was a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest. Martin booked the flights a while ago, and we always try and go down this last week in November. Last year we went to the theatre. This year we'd booked a few nice restaurants and also ice skating, which was amazing. So we flew down on Saturday morning. A very early flight. We had to leave here at 4:45 to get to the airport for 6:15. And actually we only just made the flight because Martin had forgotten to check us in online. So when we went to the BA desk, she was like, you do realise that the check-in closes 45 minutes before departure. And it was literally just after that she had to open the flight again and let us on, even though we didn't have any bags. He totally forgot to check in online, which is not like him at all, to be honest. So anyway, we landed into London at about 8 o'clock, and then we kind of hot-footed it over to the restaurant Hyde because we'd got a reservation there for 9 a.m. for breakfast, which was delicious. The interiors of the restaurant, as you'll have seen, are stunning, and the breakfast was really good too. A bit of shopping. Went back to the hotel and dropped our bags off. We stayed at the Pilgrim, which is a hotel that I featured on a previous vlog. It's one of my favourites. It's quite reasonably priced, and the decor is just gorgeous. And then I've had a bit of a freshen up. We actually had a 30-minute power nap, and then we went back out again, did a bit more shopping. We went towards Notting Hill because the restaurant was across that way that we'd booked into, and we purposely booked an early dinner reservation at 5:45 because then we were going ice skating. So we managed to pack loads in on the Saturday. We had a look around like the little Dalesford farm shop, just so many gorgeous little boutiques, a few antique shops in Notting Hill, and it was really, really lovely. It was raining, but it didn't really matter. And then we had really delicious food in Acre, that's it. Honestly, my mind at the minute, I don't know if it's perimenopause or whether it's just life's busy, but I keep forgetting so many things, just like everyday things. I think it is probably the start of perimenopause because I'm 45 now, but touch wood, I'm not having any other symptoms at the minute. So if that's all it is, then I can deal with that at the minute, just a bit of brain fog. But yeah, we had food in Acre, which is a really small restaurant, and we had small plates. We had a cocktail to start with, actually, and I went for one called Pond Water, which is quite a trendy cocktail at the minute, and it's vodka, and it's got the brine juice from pickles, and I love pickles. So I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. And no, I wouldn't have one again, and I wouldn't recommend it. I ended up swapping with Martin because mine just... It was very strong, and it was very much like drinking seawater. But other than that, we had an amazing time. The food was delicious. That's the window cleaner at the door, in case you're wondering why Chester's barking. So we came out of the restaurant, and then we headed across to where the ice skating rink was, and it was at Somerset House, and it was so beautiful. Highly recommend it if you're in London at this time of year. We did book in advance, and we booked the 9 o'clock slot, and I think you get like 40 minutes. I've not been ice skating for about maybe 5 years. But actually, I wasn't too bad. I mean, Martin was much better than me. I was literally clinging on to him for dear life, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. We had such a good laugh. And then after that, we just headed back to the hotel because we were both absolutely shattered. And then on the Sunday, we did a full day of shopping. And we just found some gorgeous places. We went into Marylebone, which I'd read about, and it's very central in London, but it's just the most beautiful little streets. And then there was a little Sunday farmers market on as well. So I highly recommend that as well. If you're across that way, definitely check it out because there's some gorgeous little cafes and boutique restaurants. And then before we knew it, it was time to head back to the hotel and pick our bags up and head home. So an amazing weekend, but it just goes so quickly, doesn't it? And actually, when you're on the move constantly like that, you get back and you just feel as though you've not stopped. So today, straight back into it. I've got a campaign for Habitat to film. I've just been to walk the dog now, and I've been to Morrison's to pick up everything that I need because I'm doing a bit of a charcuterie board and some mulled wine as part of the campaign styling. So I'm going to go downstairs and get on with that now. And then later today, I am helping out at the People's Kitchen, which is a homeless charity in Newcastle. So our really good friends, Emma and Steve, have got a hog roast company, and they donate a hog roast every year. And then they go down there and I always help them out to serve the hog roast. And it's very, very humbling because all the homeless people queue up for the food. There's a few of the food vans there as well, and they get to go inside, have some shelter. They get given hats and gloves and they provide warm clothing. But on this specific night, it's their Christmas party and they really, really make so much effort for them. They get like a Santa there and they all get a gift and they just get somewhere warm to go in an evening. And then they get, like I say, several food vans. So the hog roast is absolutely delicious. And I always go along to just volunteer and help to serve. And like I say, it's so humbling. I woke up this morning and it's been raining all night. And I thought to myself, oh gosh, I hope it stopped raining before tonight. And then I thought, you know what, how selfish is that? Because the homeless are there now, and it's just awful to think that I've woken up in a lovely warm house. It makes you very, very grateful for what you've got. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the homeless that are there choose to be homeless, and it's really interesting going along and chatting to the volunteers that work there day in, day out. One of the guys is always there on Christmas Day, and it's amazing to see. Some of them choose to be homeless, some of them wouldn't want it any other way, and they're actually used to that. Obviously, they're all there under different circumstances, but each and every one of them are so polite. They always say, thank you so much, and sometimes they'll take some for their dog, and one guy a few years ago asked for a carrier bag because he wanted to tie it to a tree so the foxes wouldn't eat it. Honestly, it's heartbreaking to see, but at the same time, it's very humbling, and I like to do it because I just feel as though it's nice to give something back. So I'm doing that tonight. So it's now midday. I need to get this campaign shot before then and then head into town later to do the People's Kitchen. I will pop a link below because you can donate. They do a campaign where you can donate £5 and that feeds someone a Christmas dinner. And then they open their centre Christmas Day and the homeless are welcome to go there and, like I say, get warm, bit of shelter and have a Christmas dinner. So I'll pop the link for that below. But I'm just going to get changed now and go and start filming this campaign. So I thought I would show you my dress that I'm wearing for this filming. So it's this cute little shirt dress in velvet from Boden, and it's got these gorgeous like little puff sleeves. I love it. It's so easy to wear, so comfortable. It's a great length. I think I might end up wearing this on Christmas Day actually. The sleeves are super cute. I've got my Misoma necklace on, T-bar necklace, but I'll link everything below for you. Got everything ready, I think. I'm just finishing doing some styling. And then it's all ready to film. So I'll leave you running along in the background so you can see. And that is a wrap. So I have been doing this all afternoon, just managed to get it finished before the light died, and I'm pleased with it all. Love the little Christmas tree. So I've just been editing it. I've sent it all across to Sam because I'm working with another creator on this, and by the time this comes out, the video should be live on Instagram, so make sure you head over there and check it out. So I'm now just getting changed to go to the People's Kitchen Christmas party, and I've got thermal layers on, thermal underneath these, thermal leggings, thermal top, and then I've got these fleece lined trousers on, which is so warm. Then I've got a fleece, then I've got a cashmere top, and then I'm wearing my snow boots, these here, and obviously gloves, hat, scarf. So it is freezing out there, and like I said earlier, I just think myself lucky that I've got a warm bed to come home to tonight. So I might show you a little bit of footage from the night, but obviously I've got to be sensitive with faces and getting faces and things like that in there. So I'll see how I get on. It'd be nice to just give you a snippet of what the evening's all about, because like I say, it really is a lovely evening for them. So this is the People's Kitchen in Newcastle, the homeless charity, and you can see they're already starting to queue up ready for the Christmas party. And then over here there's some food vans, there's a few there, and then this is Pimp My Pig, which is some good friends of ours, and that's where I'm helping out tonight, serving hog roast.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, I hate going out in the snow. All the way home I'll be warm. Now.
Good morning. So I got home last night at about 9 p.m. and it was such a lovely evening. I've been doing it now for about 4 or 5 years. So there was people there that I recognised from previous years, and they always have a little chat, and they're always so polite. Everybody's so grateful. But it's just so lovely to be able to give a little something back, and each year it just feels more and more humbling. So Pimp My Pig had, I think, 180 baps. And then after they'd all gone, we served about 20 portions of pork just on its own with some applesauce and some stuffing. So I think we served about 200 portions in total. Yeah, it was a really lovely evening. This morning, I am going to talk you through some tablescaping. It's one of the things that I've been asked a couple of times now about how I do my Christmas tablescapes. To be honest, I change them up each year. But this year I wanted to keep it really simple. I wanted to do it in keeping with how I've styled the dresser. So I'm just going to use some foliage and also some tartan ribbon to match the ribbon that I've already put on the dresser. So let me show you how it's looking. So I filmed this on my phone for Instagram and also on here so that I could show you on the vlog. And then with my little vlogging camera, when you finish recording, if you hold a red button, it turns the camera off. So that's what I thought I was doing, but I didn't realise at the time I was still recording. And if you hold the red button when you're still recording, it just wipes out what you've just recorded. So I'm sorry, this has just been wiped out. I'm now having to show you what I've done. So basically, I bought this little bunch of foliage from a local farm shop. And it was like £15, I think, but it's got some twigs, it's got some pine, some holly. I don't know what this is. But it was a really lovely bunch, and I thought it's perfect for this. I've also cut some off the Christmas tree round the back so no one knows about it. But that's a great idea to use as well. So basically, just go out foraging, whatever you can find. If you can find some conifer or anything like that, and you can use that in the centre. And then all you do is you tuck the stems in. So I started from the edges and then I tucked all the stems in. So the idea is to kind of hide the stems in the middle. So just kind of intertwine them so that you can't really see them. And then I've used these big dinner candles in the middle. I've got 3 of them in brass, which I absolutely love. They're Nakuku ones. And I've added little bows to them. Just this gingham ribbon, which matches the ribbon that I've got on the dresser, which is really pretty, isn't it? So that is kind of the centerpiece, really. You can add more if you want to. Sometimes I do, but this time I think I'm just going to keep it quite minimal. So I've got these chargers, which I only ever use at Christmas. These are them. They're a little bit bling, but I think they work perfectly at Christmas time, because if you can't have a bit of bling at Christmas, when can you? So I use these as placemats. So obviously it starts to get a little bit tight in the middle. So you just have to move things around a little bit, tuck things in and move things around just to get the plates on. If you're wondering where the food goes, I always put the food on my island behind, and then I let people help themselves and just sit down. This year I've got 8, 9 people for Christmas dinner. So I'm really looking forward to that. So then I've got a mixture of napkins. So I've got some stripy ones, I've got some Christmas tree ones, and some plain ones. They're all linen and they're all from H&M. So I'm going to use a bit of a mixture, and then I've got these bows. So I'm going to use those. So I'm going to start off with a Christmas tree one. And I'm just going to kind of roll it up a little bit. Get rid of the fluff. It's annoying. Like that, sit that in the middle. Kind of puff it up at each side. I love that, it looks so pretty. So that's all the napkins done. I'm going to put some glasses on the table now. And there you have a very simple tablescape that's not too cluttered, because you need to get some Christmas crackers on there as well, which I've not got yet. You don't have to have the same napkins, you don't have to have the same napkin holders, but use, things that you've already got, or things that you found in charity shops, or you can look for things in the sale. You don't have to spend an absolute fortune. But it looks pretty. And then, like I say, the foliage, you can just go and forage that, and it will last. It'll dry out nicely, so you can do it, a good week in advance. But I'm happy with that. I think it looks really pretty. Yeah, so I hope that's given you a bit of inspiration for your table. And I think the main thing is just don't overthink it, because you can really add whatever you want to add to it. Sometimes I use little empty kind of jam jars, and I just put small stems in and I scatter those along the table, and they look pretty too. So have a look on Pinterest as well, great for inspiration. And yeah, just enjoy it. I think if you've got some pretty nice basics like your napkins, and they are things that you can just bring out year after year. So I've collected the H&M ones over a period of time. So I think I got the plain ones to start with, and then one year I got the striped ones, then I got the Christmas tree ones, and they all work really well together. And I always go for classic pieces that never really go out of style as well. And then, like this year, I've used the gingham ribbon, which I've never used before, but that was just like £1.50 for a roll of that, so it wasn't expensive. So you can just change it up, and it's definitely worth just investing in some small kind of little pieces like the napkins. It's now 3:20. I don't know how we've got to this time. The days are just flying by, aren't they? And I'm heading to get my nails done because they are desperate. Look at the state of them. I'm gonna go get my nails done, and then I met a friend's tonight for dinner. We're having fish pie night. So we always take it in turns. We've got this one recipe, which is a fish pie recipe we absolutely love. And the last time we had it was on my birthday. I think it was my 40th birthday, which was 5 years ago. So one of my friends, Emma, said, come to mine and I'll do a fish pie because I've not had it for ages. So it's a bit of a pre-Christmas catch-up because it's just a bit manic at the minute, isn't it? I think everybody's just 100 miles an hour. So I'm looking forward to just sitting down with a glass of wine and just catching up with the girls. Just got back from Alnwick. Jersey had a driving lesson, so I popped into Sainsbury's and finally found some little baby Christmas trees that I've been looking for my window boxes. Let me show you. Here they are. They came with all these on, like decorations, but luckily I've been able to take most of that off and it just leaves a bare wire. So that's much better. I just need to take these stars off, but they're dead easy to pull off. So I've got those, and then I also picked up these little baskets in Morrison's, which are very cute. It's called a Festive basket. They were £12 each, which I didn't think was too bad because they've got 4 plants in each one. And I love the roses. So I thought they would work really well with the Christmas trees. And actually, like the ivy here is fine. This needs taking out, that's dead. But I can salvage some of it. I think I'll just cut this grass back and then I'll take this out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what I can salvage and I'm going to repot with some of the Christmassy things. Whoa. It's hard to get out. That's those all finished off. They look so much better. I love the little Christmas trees. This one needs some better lights because the lights had snapped in this one. So I need to buy some new ones. I found those ones, but they're not very bright. I might just change the batteries and see how they look. And then there's this one. But don't they look cute? So they were £10 for the Christmas tree and lights, and then £12, so £22 in total per box, which I don't think is too bad. And what I'll probably do is just take the Christmas trees out after Christmas, kind of January time, and then just put something else in the middle. So I think everything else will last until maybe springtime. So yeah, so happy with those. They look really pretty. Change the batteries now. That looks better, doesn't it? See the Christmas tree lights through the window as well. So I've just arrived in London. My train was delayed, so I've literally had 20 minutes to get ready, which has been a very quick turnaround. So tonight I'm going to an exciting event with DFS. It's a new launch that they've got with Amanda Holden. So she's hosting the evening and I'm not really sure what to expect, whether there's going to be food there or whether it's just going to be drinks, but it starts at 5:30 and it finishes at 11 p.m. So I'm here with another couple of girls that I know, Elle and Michaela. So we're meeting downstairs in literally 5 minutes. So let me show you what I'm wearing. This is my outfit. I've gone for this brown satin shirt, and then the invite said to add a bit of sparkle, so I've gone for this sequin skirt and I've got some heeled boots on. I wanted to be kind of dressy, but also I've got to get across London. It takes half an hour to get there on the tube. So I wanted something that was going to be comfortable as well. Let me prop you up on my tripod so I can show you better. I've stood you in the bathroom. Can you see better? This is what I'm wearing. The PR company booked the hotel. It's not one that I've stayed at before, and let's just say it's not one that I'll probably stay at again. And we'll leave it at that, shall we? Just wearing this herringbone coat to get across London because it's pretty chilly out there.
Is it?
Thank you so much for coming. I'm not sure that was a camp enough entrance. I feel like I want these lovely girls, Janet and Ashley, to follow me around wherever I go from now on. But thank you for coming. I just want to say that working with DFS, which is a British stable, I think, in our country, has been an extraordinary experience. Every single member of the team are funny, hard-working, they're super diligent, and the whole thing has been such an easy and fun process. I sound like a flump. Do you remember the flump? This sounds terrible. But I'm really appreciative that everybody turned up today. If you have a golden Holden ticket, I'm going to take you over to this wonderful advent calendar. Girls, if you could, do the honours. There we are. Get ready. Excuse me, one moment. Okay. Here we go. Anybody that has a golden Holden ticket is going to win a fabulous prize. It could include an actual sofa. Can you imagine that? Thank you so much for coming. I love you all for making the effort. Thank you. I will see you.
Well, that was a bit of a crazy 24 hours. Had a really lovely evening. It was so great to catch up with Michaela and Elle. It was almost like a Christmas works night out because obviously doing this job, you don't get a chance to kind of catch up with others very often, apart from when you do events like that. So it was lovely. So we got to the tube from Paddington into Central, which is like Leicester Square area, and walked to the event. The cocktails were delicious. There was loads of canapes. Amanda was so lovely. We chatted to her for quite a while. I've met her before at an event that I did with QVC, and she remembered me from there. So we were chatting about that. And she follows me, so she was talking about that as well, which was really nice. She's just so down to earth, like so dinky, just exactly how she comes across on TV. She is super, super lovely. The collection's really nice. I mean, naturally, the neutral sofa that I showed you is my favourite one out of them all. But yeah, the collection is going to be out in February. So I'll pop a link below in case you want to sign up in advance to get details when it's launched. And then I had to get the 8:30 train the next morning back to Newcastle because we'd got a race day organised. Some friends of ours I'd got a box at Newcastle Races, so my train got in at 12:20, and then I had to meet them at 1:15 to be ready to get on the minibus. So yeah, it was a bit mental. I had a great day though. I had one winner, which I think I won like £11, so obviously it didn't come away better off. But it was good fun and it was great to catch up with friends. So feeling a little bit delicate today, a bit of a wine head. So I've got lots of just houseworky bits to do today, just to catch up, just to have a sort around, like laundry and things like that, just because it's been a bit of a mad week, so I've not had a chance to keep on top of that. So I'm going to have a bit of a reset today, and I'm going to end this video here, and then I need to edit and I'll be posting it tomorrow, which is Sunday. So I hope you've all really enjoyed it, and I hope you will leave me a comment below. Let me know what you've enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to chat about before Christmas, anything that you're stuck on, any ideas that you need and things like that. We're also nearing 10,000 followers on YouTube, which is just amazing. I'm so excited. So I think what I'm going to do is a little giveaway on here when I get to 10,000. And I think the best way to do it is if you comment below a number between 1 and 100, I will pick a number out of a hat, and then the person that's got the number that's closest to that will win just a little box of goodies. It'll just be a mixture of kind of PR items and things I've put together. So if you've got this far in the video and you listen to this now, then you're in with chance of winning some little goodies. So yeah, put a comment below, just comment why you enjoy watching, and also a number between 1 and 100. And also if you've got any suggestions for future videos that you want me to talk about, pop that down below as well. And hopefully if we reach 10k before Christmas, I can get that out in the post to you. I think I've got 80 more subscribers as it stands today to get to 10k. So thank you so much for subscribing, thank you for watching, and I will see you next Sunday.